I think I may be back. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again. Well, let's see. If I can. Bip, Big Mac. Okay. Let's see. Why is that not picking that up? Okay, let's redo that. And let's see if I'm actually live again. Yeah, Whoppers are not bad. Although I'm much bigger fan of Whataburger myself. Okay, theoretically I'm back, but it's not picking up Doom. The internet went down 15 minutes in. The bloody internet went down. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll exit Doom and pray that I can bring it back again. Oh, dearie me. You gotta love when the router goes down. Happens more and more these days. Now, let us see. Encoding overloaded, you gotta be joking. Oh, there it goes. I think. McDonald's. I am not a big fan of McDonald's, to be perfectly honest. Say with a different set order of ACS modules, what are you talking about? Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Different set, oh, you gotta be joking. Okay, we're fine. Well, we gotta start it all up again. Because reasons. Map 1. Inception. Blah. Alright. Let's see. Hopefully it's back. I mean, it's showing back on there. Yeah, I can see it. Is the stream, like, hitching or anything? Looks like it's going smooth. Not showing any dropped frames. And hello, Daniel Taylor. Alright, so I think everything's working again, unless the router has died. Alright, I assume it's working. Let me move the chat. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. Yeah, okay. Alright. But, of course, I have to start all over again, because it lost my save. Oh, I know what happened. For some reason, the music's working again. Alright, so now, let's get back to shooting the demon and not being afraid of anything. I don't even know what I was talking about. It's been that kind of day, though. It's been that kind of day. What I meant to do was reset the router to begin with. But sadly, I did not think of it. Fried chicken finger. Yeah, I eat that on occasion. They are definitely... Of course, they're really quite unhealthy, though. A hamburger itself is not as unhealthy as fried chicken. Despite what people may tell you otherwise. Today... Actually, you know what's funny? I shouldn't really say it. Oh, damn it. Oh, I forgot to change literally everything. Well, aren't I intelligent? Okay, let's get in there. Enable jump. On. Alright. Now then, where was I? It's actually kind of funny. Fried chicken strips are probably not fried chicken strips. Frozen chicken strips is probably really unhealthy, but I honestly didn't care because I was tired, and that's what I decided to make today as a quick meal. I couldn't very well, you know, bake something before doing the stream, because damn. And yes, we did just pick up some quad damage. Quad damage. What's kind of funny is quad damage is in Doom 2016, despite quad damage being a Quake thing and not a Doom thing. Just goes to show you that Doom is sort of a love letter to everything. No, I never wanted to do that because Jar Jar is one of the most annoying characters in history. So no, I do not wish to do such a thing. Yeah. I'm not surprised that DeviantArt would do such a thing. Once again, do not look up Babylon 5. Just don't. You will so regret it, I'm not even joking. Okay, I'm just saying. I have seen the video that Sergeant Mark IV put up for that particular revision, and it looks good. Water physics. I never thought I'd see the day that Doom would have such a thing. And the new weapons look cool. I'm just glad it's still getting some more updates. One would have thought he'd have stopped at V20, but I guess not. I don't really know what more I'd want from Doom. I suppose. I mean, like, new weapons are always cool, but that only goes so far. What I would like to see at some point is a more advanced version of Strife. Because Strife is sadly long since forgotten. God damn it! Has sadly long since been forgotten. That tongue to... Oh, God, that's just disgusting. I don't think anyone with any self-respect would ever want to mate with Jar Jar. Just saying. Just saying. Certainly no true Star Wars fan. Maybe an SJW. Maybe. Only they would be that mentally incompetent. But other than that, probably no one of any real intelligence. Toss grenade. Don't look up Babylon 5. Don't do it. The Evil Within. I have not finished it. For some reason, I didn't like it. I'm willing to give it a second chance at some point, though. I usually give games a second chance. For whatever reason, I don't. No, I'll say. Well, actually, no. Let me be specific. I will give games a second chance if they're legit, if they are technically proficient, but I just don't like it for some random reason. Well, I don't know if I'd go as far to say that Jar Jar is racist because he is an alien after all. And can we apply human characteristics to an alien? I think not. A foul Xenos? But then again, that's what everyone always likes to say. Everything is racist these days. Or as Lord Sarkeesian says, everything is racist, everything is sexist, bloody bloody blah, blah 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 blah. Jar Jar just was such tripe, though. Well, you know what's funny? Jabba himself was a big fan of the humanoid women. Just saying. Combine Doom with any other game, what would it be? I would combine Doom with an RPG. I don't know how you do it, but I would like that. Two-word phrase. Now, what can I say that would not get me taken down by the Googlog? Let me put it this way. There's some characters in a rather compromising position. Let me just put it to you like that. Characters you would never want to see in a position like that. Well, what's funny about Jabba is technically he's a full hermaphrodite. His species is like that. They can switch from male to female. In fact, there's a whole plot in the Han Solo, the young Han Solo trilogy, I think is what it's called. It's distinct from the Han Solo trilogy because the Han Solo trilogy actually takes place in a different time period than the young Han Solo trilogy. In the young Han Solo trilogy, Jabba's uncle actually gives birth to a larva that, spoiler alert, Jabba then kills after his uncle dies because Jabba wants to fully inherit the clan. It's actually a really good book series written by A.C. Crispin, who sadly has died recently, I think. I mean, not recently, been dead for a couple years now, but still. Really, though, the two Han Solo trilogies are quite good all around. The earlier Han Solo trilogy actually takes place the time period it covers actually takes place all in one book. Well, actually, it makes no sense what I just said. The young Han Solo trilogy has its event... The first Han Solo trilogy from the 70s has its events summed up in one book of the young Han Solo trilogy. There, that makes... That's overly confusing when you try to explain it. Or maybe I just confused myself. I don't know. But the early Star Wars EU definitely felt very classic sci-fi, as you would expect. I know, a lot of celebrity... Maybe they know something we don't. Because a lot of them have been going wheels up. That is for sure. Yeah, they got Leonard Nimoy gone. We got Christopher Lee gone. Robin Williams. So, it's rather depressing, but then again, such is life. Yeah, she did write the novelization of Alien Resurrection, and it was actually better than the movie. The novelization for Alien Resurrection actually had some POV chapters from the aliens' perspective, and they were kind of weird, because they were more intelligent than you would expect. And it actually explains how they were smart enough to kill one Xeno to escape. Which, you think that the grapes would be acid resistant, but of course they're not. There's actually some supplements for a fan-made RPG that explain why that ship was like that. Basically, everything in Alien Resurrection takes place after a massive plague killed off most of humanity. Which actually took place after the Alien War, the Xenomorph War. So they didn't really have access to the best of technology. And what technology they did have was either old or cheap. Maybe I just got unlucky with what I found. And hello, Nicholas. Metal Gear Solid, I own it. Novelization Predator 2 for $45 or 45 pounds. Yeah, I would not buy that at all. Although, it's funny you should mention that. The Colonial Marines Technical Manual, before they reprinted that for Prometheus, you can find that on Amazon for like $75. I found my copy at a half-price bookstore for $5. Really, Predator 2 and other books like that, your best bet is just to look for it at a half-price bookstore. Another good example of an expensive book that you could find on Amazon or potentially eBay is the Fire Warrior novelization. That one on Amazon was something like $30. I found it at a half-price bookstore for $10. So yeah. As for Metal Gear Solid, I have the first game, and I had the second, but I have not played them all the way through. In fact, Metal Gear Solid 1, I really suck at it. Then you are lucky, Smuggler's Comedy, because I found all kinds of questionable things. I mean, let's just leave it at that. And yes, Half Price Books is a place I used to go to all the bloody time. I just don't really have that much room for more books right now. Because I've got boxes upon boxes of books. Billions upon billions of books. Just give you an example. Well, let me put it this way. There were 2 captains of the Babylon 5 space station. And both of them were... Not that there's anything wrong with that. Romantically... They weren't romantically inclined in the show, but in the image. Which was just... I wasn't really expecting that. Will I ever review the Marathon series? Well, first I'd have to play it. I've tried playing it, and I just could not get over the level design. So I may get to it at some point. It's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. It's just... They aren't really games that I grew up with, and playing them in the modern era, I just couldn't get over the level design. Toss grenade! Go ahead, explode already, goddammit! Is there anything I won't review? That's a good question. It really just depends what it might or might not be. If it's something horrifically unpleasant, like, oh yeah, there's that Steam game that someone mentioned to me that was very, questionable. Let's just leave it at that. I don't think I'll do that. Will I ever review Bioshock? Yeah, at some point. What's funny, though, about... Maybe I just wasn't in the right mood for Marathon, but yeah. There's that one Steam game that is fairly infamous. I forget the name of it. It's like... It's not like you actually have to pay for it. It's one of those free games, but its subject matter is, shall we say, a bit... questionable. Dead Space 2 review, you know, I don't know why I haven't got to it. I actually thought about doing it somewhat recently. I might do that for Halloween, since it is a survival horror game. I don't know why I didn't review it. Honestly, it is a glaring omission, I suppose. And I like Dead Space 2. I would be hard-pressed to say which Dead Space game is the best, Dead Space 1 or 2. Dead Space 3 isn't bad, it's just generic. Sonic Dreams. Ugh. Master Chief versus Doom Guy Death Battle. Technically, Master Chief should have won because he should have faster reflexes than the original Doom guy, and he should be able. Basically, Master Chief should be able to both outthink and outfight him because Master Chief is basically the equivalent of a futuristic Navy SEAL, whereas Doom Guy is basically just a Space Marine. And the Marines are tough, but technically the future Navy SEALs are on a higher tier than that. So I just feel like he'd win. But, you know, Doom Guy is a classic, and so it's good to see him win. It's kind of like Batman versus Darth Vader. Like, you know Darth Vader would win, and, like, there's no way, you know, that Batman can out-lightsaber fight Darth Vader. But I still don't like seeing Batty get his neck snapped. That's why I like the alternate ending where Soup saves the day. Because, you know, back in the day, you know, Superman and Batman, you know, they're supposed to be friends. And we're supposed to hate each other, so, yeah. Doom Guy does, but he's still, I don't know. It depends on which point in his career that Doom Guy is there. Redneck Rampage. I've been aware of it for years. I just haven't played it yet. And I have read the Doom novels. I reviewed the first Doom novel many years ago. I really was a big fan of the Doom novels. The thing is, there's there's an actual historical novel out there about a Revolutionary War soldier written from the first person that sounds a lot like the Doom novels, or the Doom novels sound a lot like it, but I can never remember the name of that particular book. I read it in college, and I really liked it actually, but I could never remember the title. But that's what Doom Guy sounds like. He sounds like that guy, the Revolutionary War guy. And yeah, in the Halo novels, the Spartans do a lot of crazy acrobatics, and they can bench press warthogs and stuff like that. But they're basically Space Marines, just proto-Space Marines. And they even have kind of the mindset of a Space Marine. Well, no, a mindset of a fairly realistic Space Marine. The Eric Nyland books are probably the best of the Halo novels. All three of them. They're really good. I've reread them multiple times. And Necromorphs of the Flood. I picture a Necromorph Flood hybrid, actually. Yeah, I know he said that, you know, you don't need a story for the game like you would need in porn, but at the same time, and hello, Drowns in Kool-Aid, Oklahoma, I was actually just there a few months back. It's quite good. But yeah, I mean, when it comes down to, I forgot what I was talking about. I really just did. When it comes down to Master Chief, though, yeah, Master Chief actually might have more battle experience on that. Think of it, the Doom Guy. This Doom Guy that we're playing right now. Because Master Chief, at the peak of his career in the games, he's like in his 40s. And has been fighting since he was 12. Whereas Doom Guy is just, you know, like, in his early 30s. Or at least Flynn Taggart is. So, it's hard to say. 343 fanboys. You know, what's funny about 343 is I really don't like what they did with Cortana, and I really don't like where they went with Dr. Halsey. I really don't like that, where they're trying to make her this supervillain, whereas, you know, in the books, they didn't do that. She was just a scientist, you know, not a particularly moral scientist, but she was a scientist, you know. It's like, and she saved humanity. Whether or not, you know, what she did was right or wrong doesn't matter. Humanity is not dead because of the Spartans. So yeah, it's not the best thing to do, but at the same time, your species could have gone extinct. I think you could cut her a little bit of slack. The Fall of Reach CGI movie, if it's the one I'm thinking of, maybe. Maybe. Master Chief out of his armor would not be that, for one major reason, because out of his armor, Master Chief is still pretty tough. He's got, you know, he still has his fast reflexes. He still has his strengthened bones, and he still has what is basically super strength. So yeah. The Master Chief is described as being really, really pale. I got Halo for Christmas myself. Actually, it's my second Xbox Classic game. Along with the pack-in title. The pack-in title for the Xbox is actually pretty good. That came with Clone Wars and Tetris Worlds. And Clone Wars was actually pretty fun. As was Tetris World. Master Chief really isn't like Superman. Superman is nigh invulnerable. The Master Chief isn't. The thing is, though, Master Chief has the absolute perfect power level, really, for what he's doing. He can fight harder than your average human, but he can still be overwhelmed. I really do recommend reading the Halo books to show, you know, Master Chief might have a pretty good power advantage, but, you know, actually, you know what's funny? I just saw a video on that, of whether or not traps are gay, and apparently, depending on the trap, not necessarily. They might just like dressing up that way, and not actually be gay in any real form. Which is, I'm surprised that's even a debate. It's like, who cares? But in this political climate of today, everyone has to complain about everything. Because why not? Ah, yes, the X-Backs. I'm just surprised. I think the big thing, though, about that is, like, it's just amazing how people go ballistic over that. Like, it's not even a big deal. It's like, okay, asking the question, are traps gay, right? Nobody's being defamed. No one's saying people are... Oh, shit, I forgot about that fucking... the fucking evil Marines. I forgot all about them. Okay, give health. Fucking evil Marines. I can tell you this. An evil Marine could probably kill him. An evil Marine could probably kill Master Chief, because they're fucking ridiculous. Mech Assault, I'm aware of it, but yeah. So... I'll tell you this, it's like, it shouldn't even be a debate, it's a joke. Favorite band, I'm not entirely sure what it would be. There's a lot of bands I'm a big fan of. I'd actually go as far to say, and this is a generic answer, but Black Sabbath is a favorite of mine, both Ozzy and Dio. And it's one that I've listened to consistently since I was nary a lad. Fucking assholes. More like asshole Marines. Am I right? I could totally make a horrible joke, but I won't. Because then I'll probably get on the cover of Slate, so I will be safe about it. Oh, I think the engine's lagging a little bit. These guys actually have been nerfed a little bit, but damn are these guys really tough to kill. Yeah, I'll tell you this. In the modern era, everybody has to be lumped into a easily defined category because, well, why not? Why not, ladies and gentlemen? God damn it. Or evil... Oh, God, that's just terrible. Well, it's not just old Addy that wanted everybody in a nice little even category. There's also the communists as well. Metal Dio, not JoJo. Although I'm aware of JoJo. Pantera. I've only listened to one song of theirs, and that's Cowboys from Hell, which is pretty good. Please wait, I'm busy drinking water. Remember, 104-degree heat. I'm a big fan of Big Lebowski, actually. I really like it. I've watched that movie a couple times now. It's a surprisingly good movie. It's like, you wouldn't think it would be good. Fucking evil Marine. Asshole motherfucker. Asshole motherfucker will put in so many swears we won't even be able to think straight. I will look at the chat after they are dead. Man, bear, pig must die. Somebody needs to add Man, Bear, Pig as a boss in Doom. I don't even really like South Park. I just like the name Man, Bear, Pig. But yeah, I mean, politics in the modern era, it's just ridiculous. And if you don't believe, and literally the beliefs of some of these people can change from minute to minute. It's hilarious. Oh yeah, people becoming way too politically correct. You know, it's like you can't say anything anymore, or you can't not say something, or you have to say it in just the right way, otherwise somebody might be offended. I'm actually going to give myself health because this is where the game gets a little tough. This game, I don't think this water's really designed with Brutal Doom in mind, which is why we can just cheat. I don't mind cheating, so long as no one tells anyone. Has South Park become real life? Yeah, when you think about it. I don't know. I say I don't like South Park, and yet I can remember some of these major episodes. What can I say? I don't really like it, but I have watched it more than I probably should have. But yeah, there's a particular episode where like there's a what was it called? Sensitivity camp, where it was like a Nazi concentration camp, teaching people to, you know, be what's the word? I can't think of the word. Teaching people to be accepting. It's like, that was a perfect episode, really. How do you... do I shoot often? No, because you're right. They are expensive hobbies. Although, thankfully, most of the guns I have take really cheap ammo. But going to the range isn't easy, and it's not cheap. And yeah, Poland got attacked by both Germany and... I almost said Japan. Yeah, Japan. They loaded themselves up on a ship and went all the way to Central Europe. That's dedication. Now, got attacked both by the Soviet Union and Germany. And then they did the whole Sovietization, there we go, of the piece of Poland that they got. What I find funny, though, is like, okay, the Soviet Union is all about the worker, right? And yet, if they actually, you know, if the workers actually wanted to form like a union, they would be attacked or killed. It's like, really? So, truly, the workers of the world unite, right? And it looks like my stream playback has stopped for some reason. Don't tell me the internet died. I don't think it did. I don't think. I think it's just YouTube being annoying as it... Yeah, okay, it's still working. We believe in not... Say what you will about National Socialism, but at least it's an ethos. You know, that is more true than you can possibly imagine. You know, you got all these... Like, Antifa, what is their ethos? We like to smash people's faces in with bike locks. That's about it. That's about all they do. And it's like, well, okay, wait, why are you doing it? For what purpose? Because we believe in freedom and peace, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It truly is. Let's bring that down there. There we go. Normie. Although, you know what's funny? I came up with my own term years ago before that even became popular. I just called people like that robots. Because think about it, they get programmed by the media and they just carry out that programming. It's why they go and bash people's skulls in. But we need not let that detain us at this time. I can just picture Google. Okay, so he said something political. Delete GeneralLotz's channel immediately. I don't even know what that is. I painted the Soviet national anthem. It's not bad. A lot of those dictatorships had really fancy national anthems that actually sound pretty good, even if they don't really represent the country that they're supposed to represent. So a lot of that Soviet music actually sounds pretty good. But still, I would not have wanted to have lived in the Soviet Union. Hell, Tetris didn't belong to the guy who programmed it. Tetris belonged to the state. Can you imagine that? Like Doom here, you know, it does not belong to id Software. It belongs to state. All must play Doom. Hey, that's not too bad. Yeah, well, there's no Antifa in Texas. I wonder why. I wonder why. Rammstein. Yep, I've listened to them quite a bit actually. The first time I ever heard them was when I saw a fan video where one of their songs was actually cut to the "In a Mirror Darkly" opening for what? Oh, damn it! I just got completely vaporized by a fucking chain gun guy. This is not an easy wad. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not on any side when it comes to this political alignment crap. Really, you know what's funny? Both the alt-left and the alt-right would both hate me for different reasons. So it's like, fuck both of them. I shall live as I shall, and if they don't like it, well, we'll just have to see who wins. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think both sides have not really thought this whole violence thing through. Because, like, you notice a lot of them do show up, but what's a lot? You know, you notice like Antifa shows up. There's like 50 people. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. You know, it's really not. And no, I can't understand the lyrics for a lot of those foreign songs, or for any foreign song. And I don't like to look up the translations because they They always sound weird. A lot of those languages don't translate. And Sabaton, I'm a big fan of them. I've listened to them quite a bit. And yeah, politics, man, is just... It's ridiculous. It really is. Used to be people of different political backgrounds and things of that nature could not necessarily have to agree, but they wouldn't hate each other with such vitriol that people do today. You know, used to be you could believe anything you wanted, and it's like, okay, well, you believe that, I don't, so who cares? I'd rather just play a video-based game, you know? These days, oh, you did this? Well, then you're a terrible human being and must be destroyed. It's like, really? So, yeah. And, yeah, I mean, you can vote whoever you can vote for whoever you want. You know, and that's the thing. For me, if I found out someone voted for Hillary, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't go like, you're just a terrible human being and must be destroyed. No, it's like, okay, whatever. Good for you. That's your right. Not only as an American citizen, but as a human being to vote for however you want. That's why for the time being at least, it's a free country. God damn it. Unleash the Archers. I've never heard of them. Old school shooters are indeed making a comeback. It started with the rise of the Triad back in 2013. And, you know, then you had Shadow Warrior, then you had, you know, Wolfenstein New Order, then Doom 2016. It's really quite good. Now I don't really want to invade Poland. They're very cool people. At Dusk. I think I heard of that. So, I don't know. I don't know. They're not from Doom 2016, but they're sort of the pixelated versions. But yeah. What's funny is, when people jokingly say that modern politics is cancer, it like legitimately is. Like if you look at like the definition of cancer, it kind of is. But once again, there's still just not enough of them to really make that big of a difference. Their bark, legitimately this time, is worse than their bite. And we'll just rip and tear his huge guts, as we often like to do in this game. Okay, let's save. It's like they'll get up and shout and chant, but once again, there's people that don't even know they exist. So, Space Poland. There's a alternate history for that. Oh, yeah, and I'm looking forward to Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. I think it shall be quite an enjoyable little experience. It doesn't look from the trailers like they went political with it. It looks like they're just keeping it as it should be. And I like the whole idea. I like the whole idea that while they may have killed Death's Head, spoiler alert. But then again, how is it a spoiler? It's like if there's a second game, you know they had to survive. So yeah. Polish mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise in general. And yes, Antifa is very hypocritical. Very, very hypocritical. They really quite anger me. Like, cause when you see what they do, it's like, God damn it. How can people be so cruel to one another? Like, I know they can be. Because I've read so much history, but still, when you actually see it, it's just, ugh. No, not really. Not really. But it really pisses me off to see people act in such a way. Just walking up and punching somebody in the face. Random violence like that pisses me off more than you can possibly imagine. Because I don't really... I find violence of any sort absolutely abhorrent. I mean, obviously there's going to be violence in life, because there's people that will be violent, you know, if they want to steal something of yours, or they have some kind of craziness about them, you know, there's going to be that. But just going up and smacking somebody around simply because, they go and smack people around, not even if they actually have a political ideology they disagree with. Sometimes they do it just for the hell of it. They don't even know, and I bet they don't even care, too. It's just they go do it for fun. They think it's fun to attack people. But that's what happens, you know, when you have bad parenting and you don't teach people anything approaching civics. But, moving on. Drink vodka. You know, I've not actually had vodka. Nor do I think I really want it. Stalker. Every day? I don't think I can do that. Mario Party. You know, I've played Mario, the alternate company equivalent. Detroit, no, not Detroit. Any place but that. And then someone says, alright, Chicago. No, not that place either. I think I'll just stay here. I think I'll just stay in nice, simple Houston. Although eventually I'll be heading up to Dallas before too long again. Dallas, I absolutely despise the traffic, but the traffic for Houston isn't much better. Trying to get home today was not an easy prospect, I can tell you that. You hit that traffic at the wrong time, you are going to be sitting there for a long goddamn time. Jersey. You know, I've never been anywhere east, to be perfectly honest. Drinking vodka and eating mayonnaise, that sounds kind of... Yeah, I think I'll pass on that. What? You know, I never really liked wine either. We got a... Oh, shit. There's an evil marine in there. I will show him what for with a phased plasma rifle and a 40-watt range. The phased plasma rifle. You know, I wonder, though, like, in the year 2176... No, the year 3176... Will people be able to get the laser rifle equivalent to the SKS? The laser SKS, a semi-automatic laser rifle with 10 electron charges. That's what I want. I want the laser SKS. Shit, I'm being attacked by literally... What's attacking me? Oh, I'm being sniped. Shut. Let's see. What we got? Mayonnaise. Term what? I'm not going to say that just because that might mean something terrible, because though I have it. And I've not heard of random assaults either. Minnesota? Nope, never been there. I'm not... Like, a term that I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud, because then YouTube will take my channel down, and then I will cry havoc, and then let slip the dogs of war! Well, not really. And I got completely eradicated by those goddamn machine gunmen. Like I said, this WAD is not an easy one. All the various enemies do a shitload of damage, especially when you don't have any ammo in your gun. But yeah, I never get to shoot nearly as much as I would like. Because ammo isn't cheap, even if you can't get the cheap ammo, and then going to the range, well... Come on! Glory, kill him! Oh, that's just hardcore. Just fuck... Of course, the graphics messed up, and I got eaten by a bloody cacodemon. Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! I like the SKS more than the Gewehr 43. The Gewehr 43 is cool, but it's a wartime design, and therefore is a bit crude. Energy stripper clips. I could totally go for that. Ah, very nice. Shooting a non-laser SKS. SKS is a great rifle. One of my favorite. So, bit. I would imagine Minnesota's a bit different from Texas, assuming the comment I'm reading is the Minnesota one. Oh, random assault. I think I heard of them. I have not actually listened to them, though. Oh, that's what water people means. K98 or Mosin. I've never shot a K98, and I like the Mosin quite a bit. God damn it, just completely eradicated. I know the Mosin gets a lot of crap these days from individuals who are much too sophisticated for such a simple rifle, but the Mosin, you know, is accurate, it's reliable. Ammo at one time, at least, was fairly inexpensive. I was able to get some good match-grade ammo for about 14 bucks a box, which wasn't too bad. I haven't got to shoot that one nearly as much as I would like. God damn it, fucking Lost Soul. Nerf or nothing. Psst. Laser... To get a used laser press... Well, you know, Arnie thought he could go into a pawn shop and get a phased plasma pulse rifle in the 40-watt range. Maybe that's like a more civilian model. AK or MP44. MP44 all the way. I've never shot one. I don't think I'll ever end up owning one, but they're just really cool. They really, truly are. There is going to be a modern-day version released at some point that'll shoot either 8mm Kurtz or 7.62x3.9 or even 5.45 by... Not 5.45. 5.56 by... I forget what the other number is. 45? I can't remember. But really, though, you know, after getting other rifles than the Mosin, I can't really say that I feel like the Mosin is vastly inferior. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. It shoots a bullet out the end of the barrel, you know? So it's like, why should I feel like it's worse? I don't know. I'm very much not a member of the gun community. FG42 or FG44? FG42 just because it's cool. Regular car reviews. I've seen that channel. I haven't watched it that much, but I have seen it. I don't know. I couldn't tell a person from Missouri from anyone else. I'm very bad at reading accents at times, just because my accent's weird. And I don't drink tap water, so it wouldn't bother me much. Turkish Star Wars or regular Star Wars? I think I'll stick with the real Star Wars, the true EU. It's phased plasma pulse rifle. Well, I know the AK is going to be better. It's going to be easier to manufacture and more durable, but MP44 has that exoticism going for it. Shit. Fucking, okay, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. I had to work hard all day. I am allowed to cheat. I had to work all day, the $105 JoJo. A booty man, eh? Well, I wasn't always. It took a while to learn, truly, that I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Along with big guns as well. Let's see. JoJo. I am aware that it exists. I actually got linked to some hilarious English lines. But outside of that, I've not watched it. I don't know anything about it. It's kind of like Ruby. I know that exists, but I've never seen it, don't know what it's about, and don't really have any real desire to watch it. I just know it is a thing. I don't know what a 6.59 by 38mm actually is. So, it's not... You know what? I'll actually go ahead and say this. From personal experience, it's not quite as amazing as media would lead you to believe. Just saying. Sometimes boring but practical applies to things you wouldn't think it normally would. Let's see. Where is I? Bullpup. You know, I thought about getting a bullpup once, but didn't. And I would not believe that I wouldn't imagine that JoJo would be like Ruby. Ruby's one of those, I guess, like, young adult things. But, once again, I know nothing about it. That's not really my thing. None of that really is. I just know JoJo from the, hilarious English. That's all. That's all. I don't know. Never really gave that much thought, to be perfectly honest. I do not know what... Right. Oh, I bet that's probably one of those English things. Likely one of those English things. Oh, I can't... I'm not paying as close attention as I should. One of the things I do want to do at some point, though, is somewhat... Well, I say somewhat recently. It's been about a month. But I finally, after all these years, shot an AR. Believe it or not, I did not shoot an AR until literally this year. A friend of mine in real life actually picked up a AR, and I tried it out. And you know what? The AR isn't bad. The AR is not bad. The only thing is, though, I don't really like the length of pull, and I'm just not so sure about the 5.5.223 whatever round. So yeah, if you had to play Russian roulette, with what revolver would you use? I would go for the Nagant. Hey, you got 9 tries. But realistically, though, from what I've read, Russian roulette was something that was never actually done in real life. It was just something that was invented by a movie. Now remember, this is level 4. This is not an easy WAD, especially when you're trying to pay attention to chats and really tired. Once again, I'm aware of 4chan. I've never actually gone there. I've never gone to any of those. Just never really had any desire to do so. The Room, I have indeed seen... Oh, you're that anonymous guy I've heard so much about lately. So yeah, let's see, where was I? Yeah, I have seen The Room, and The Room is not bad. It is one of the most hilarious rom-coms I've ever seen. Although I don't think it was meant I don't think it was meant that way. I eventually need to see Disaster Artist, though. I really do want to see that, because a movie so bad a movie so horrible that a movie was made about it. There's a book I want to read as well on the making of Jaws 2, because that sounded like the biggest of shit shows imaginable. It's like, and I got eaten by a goddamn fucking pinky motherfucker. I did not hit her. I did not. You're tearing me apart, Pinky! Okay, I really need to get something a little bit more rapid fire than the double-barreled shotgun. All the double-barreled shotguns are bad. But eventually I think I'll do something on the AR-15 just because the AR-15 is like the Tom Cruise of guns. Everyone says it's great and, well, it really isn't bad, but I don't know if it deserves to be labeled as the holy grail of all firearms. I mean, it's good and all, but it's just, I don't know. When I shot, I didn't feel like, I have finally shot the true gun of great justice, as some would say. I'm still a big fan of that SKS. Let's see. No, I haven't. Making Colonial Marines. I don't think I've seen that, actually, or read it. I would like to actually see what actually went on behind the scenes for that. I actually have read a fairly interesting blog post on the making of X-Men Destiny, or X-Men Discovery. I forget what it's called, something like that. The last game by the guys who did Sanity's Requiem, or Sanity something. You know, it's a fairly major video game developer. It basically talked about how they didn't really bad business practices and things of that nature. Reading about failed games is almost as entertaining as reading about games that are actually halfway decent. I have the book for Doom, but I haven't actually had a chance to read it. I've just been distracted by other books. And really, reading the history of Doom sounds interesting. I might do a review of that once I finally read it. Amy Schumer. Ed, Edd n Eddy. I watched that all the time back when I was a kid and watched it recently. Still holds up. Absolutely excellent animation and story. Let's see. MG15 or MG42? MG42 all the way. Because that is an absolutely awesome particular piece of kit. They still use them in the guise of the MG3, so they're pretty bloody good. And they sound damn good as well. There's actually a place you can go, where you can actually shoot one of those. You have to pay a shitload of money to do so, but I'd like to shoot one. I'd love to have got one of those former Yugoslavian clones. They're like $4,000 though, and I don't think I'd ever spend $4,000 on a gun. Maybe 400, maybe even 800, but not 4,000. I don't think I saw the one on John Romero. Oh yeah, the guy that I did Journey into Internet with, the M-Man. He got busy working on a novel, actually. And I've never heard of... I've seen Home movies. I didn't like it much. And I've not seen Dr. Katz. The thing I didn't like about that Home movie show is I didn't really like the stories, as I found them dull and not all that funny. And the animation was a little bit off-putting. But I can understand now that it was cheap animation, so they were able to save on budget, which is always good. Revolvers or automatics? I think revolvers look cooler, but I prefer semi-autos. Really, if you're going to play Doom these days, I recommend downloading GZ Doom and not trying to get it to run with DOS. There are some mods that work with DOS, specifically the ones from the 90s. They'll work, but most of the WADs that you want to play now are going to be just for GZ Doom. KOTOR Remake, if it's done, that'll be awesome, but I don't think it's ever going to get made. I just don't feel that it ever will be. It would be very nice to actually play a graphically updated KOTOR, but I will not hold my breath for it. That's such a massive project that I just don't see it happening. The Simpsons. King of the Hill's okay, but the first 7 seasons of The Simpsons are absolutely just literally some of the best television of all time. King of the Hill was okay, but was never anything but average to me. Yeah, it took place in Texas, but I didn't really like the characters that much. And the writing was nowhere near as snappy. Like, at all. Best way to play Blood, there isn't one. There really isn't. There's no source port. There was going to be one, but I don't think it ever got finished. The way I played it the best was with the GOG version. What's funny is I actually had a fan donate me the Steam version, so I now have 2 versions of Blood. But the best way to play the GOG version is actually going into the ini file and changing a bunch of settings there to get modern controls. And you have to get the screen resolution just right. I forget what it is right now, but I think it's like 800 by something or other. And it's perfectly clear on a modern day monitor. No, there's not that many scary rednecks in Texas. I haven't seen that many, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I mean, of course there's going to be some... Oh yeah, and Springfield or Lee Enfield. I have not shot a Springfield, but having shot the number 4 Mark 1, Lee Enfield. Damn good rifle. There's not as many rednecks as you would think. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some, but like if you go to, you know, the biker bar, of course you're going to see a bunch of, you know, bikers. If you go to the redneck bar, of course you're going to see a bunch of rednecks. But if you just stick around, you know, normal places, you're not going to see any... You're not going to see any scary rednecks, and sometimes rednecks may look scary, but they might not actually be bad people. The thing is, the media always has to go for the, you know... They got to go for hyperbole, you know, and so it's like, oh, all Texans are rednecks. Yeah, that's not really true. And even Texans who are much more, you know, country-styled would actually still would still thumb their noses at the rednecks. Let's see, where is that? 454 Casol 1911. That you know, you can get a 357 Magnum chambered in. You can get a 1911 chambered in 357. Mass Effect Andromeda, have not played it yet. I have it, but I haven't had a chance to play it. And yeah, you can still play Blood on DOS, but getting used to the tank controls, and I don't even know if you could play it with tank controls. That game is really. I've been to Starbucks. I didn't see that many hipsters. I just don't go to Starbucks because I don't really like coffee. I'm more of a Panera Bread man just because I like bagels, specifically the raisin one. I can eat that shit all day because they are most delectable and they're super cheap. Like, I guess there's hipsters there, but they don't bother me and I don't bother them. So yeah. Redneck Biker Trap Bar. Oh dear! Are you sure that's a woman or is it just Skeeter? But he had real thin thighs. Yeah, you could depending on where you live, yeah, you can definitely see a lot of Latin gang members out there. I haven't actually seen any because I don't live in that area, nor do I go to that area. So yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't really want to talk. But, I mean, the thing is, like, there are rednecks. In fact, I was talking to some today, but they weren't mean. They were actually quite pleasant to be around. Let me put it this way. I'd rather be around a redneck than a... I'd rather be around a redneck than a hipster. Let me put it that way. A redneck will actually be fairly friendly, depending on the redneck, whereas a hipster will just kind of look at you like you're inferior. So, yeah. So, yeah. And, yeah, Pantera bread. Pantera. Redneck Biker Trap... Blech. Redneck Biker Trap Bar. .wad. Where's... Not really sure what that is. And Duke Nukem 2013... If that's what I'm thinking of, that's that Duke Nukem mod that... that is supposed to be Duke Nukem Forever. Is that Duke Nukem 2013 or am I thinking something else? It's supposed to be what Duke Nukem Forever was supposed to be but wasn't. And I have played that. I actually mentioned that in the Duke Nukem Forever review. I'm tempted to stream Duke Nukem Forever. I'm very tempted to do that. Because Duke Nukem Forever, you know, if they just let you play more of the game, it actually wouldn't be that bad. But since it's just so much crap in between gameplay, it's such a... Duke Nukem 2013... Duke Nukem Forever, to me, just felt very dull. Like you start playing the game and then it just has to come to a screeching halt. Like it just does not do its pacing well. But when you actually get to play the game, it's really not that bad. Oh yeah. Well, I'd imagine anything on the border would necessarily be violent. Oh wait, is that not politically correct? Even though there's that big drug war going on. But you gotta love something though. I'm gonna rant again about politics, just because of how stupid this stuff really is. It's like, okay, we can stop the drug violence by legalizing all drugs. It's like, well, yeah, that's gonna really work out well. But that's people for you. I don't know. Or we shouldn't talk bad about them because it might make them bad. It's like, really? Fucking idiots. But whatever. No, they're perfectly right. Steam Grizo 2. Never heard of it. Has anyone ever called me a hipster? No. Thankfully. And I never said I didn't like Super Metroid. I only said I never finished it. So yeah. And once again, I would go back to Super Metroid, but I just know I'm never going to find my way around in that bloody game. It's not a bad game, it's just a game I didn't like that much. No, I liked it as a kid, I just really kind of got annoyed at it because I never could actually finish it. Never could find the Super Bombs. I spent so long looking for the Super Bombs, never found them. And I looked everywhere. I spent months trying to find the fucking things. But, no avail. No Super Bombs were found. Sadly. DNF, it's... I just don't... DNF just has so much crap in it, so much dullness in it that I just can't stand it. It's like, I can see where a good game might be, but every time I start to enjoy it, something else annoys me. Even John St. John doesn't sound quite as enthused as one would think. But what's really funny about Duke Nukem is, like, he just shows up in the most random of places. Heal. Just heal me. I'm heartsick. Duke Nukem just shows up in the most random of places. Like, Bulletstorm. It's like, why? Why is he there? It's like, you're just really reaching, aren't you? And Bulletstorm is a game that has kind of been forgotten. But I really enjoyed it back when it came out. Ah, the Super Bomb cake. It was actually a super bomb, and when you bite into it, you explode. Best cake ever. Ah, the cake is a lie. Some would say that meme is dead. I'd say we need to keep it alive, just like the high five. The 90s high five needs to come back. It really, truly does. It well and truly must. Favorite console games? Oh, that's hard to... There's so many. I guess... If I were to... The first one that pops into my head that's a console game is for some reason Metal Slug. Even though I never owned the console that can... You know, technically, if we count ports, the PS2 port of Metal Slug with all the Metal Slugs, that's a hell of a deal if you don't know how to use main. But there's a lot of console games that I like, but I can't think of it. Journey to Sulius, there we go, that's one of my favorites. Batman NES, another great one. Pretty difficult, though. Let's see, what else we got, Shit. God damn it, fucking Revenant. That's not a Revenant, that's an Archvile. Fucking Archvile. Fucking Revenant Archvile. I am so dead because I'm being shot from everywhere and my brain is starting to not function. Hello? No, it's a different Tim. I know a lot of Tims for whatever reason. What's the weirdest insult someone has ever hurled at me? I would actually say when someone called me a spurg and I had no idea what that was. I even actually, that was a comment on a video. I'm trying to think which video it was on. I think it was on Jurassic Park. Someone called me a spurg. I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Because I don't keep up with all this modern day slang. Because I really don't give a shit. So it's like, what's a spurg? Like, now that I know what it is, like, how is that video in any way spurgy? But then again, I think it was just a troll. I don't think it was. It was. I'd say at least over 9,000. And yeah, insults are rather idiotic at times. To me, like, if you're gonna debate somebody on a topic, you never should want to bring any personal insults into it, because once you do that, to me, that shows weakness. It means like, you can't debate me based on ideas. All you can do is go, oh, you're stupid. It's like, really now? Really? just say, like, well, your idea is incorrect for the following reasons. And they outline the reasons, like, okay, well, you know, you got me there. But, you know, just saying somebody, well, you're a dumbass. It's like, okay, are you 5? I know that would be an insult to 5-year-olds. Review Postal 2. I reviewed that. Actually on CGR, but I've not reviewed it anywhere else. Postal 2 is not bad. It's definitely a game that can never be made today. Oh wait, they did make it. It was called Hatred, and it got a big national controversy. Like, what would happen if they? What if you did try to make Postal 2 today, or just Postal 1? Well, no. What if you did try to make Postal 2? That's the thing. They tried to make Postal 1, and well, yeah. If you try to make Postal 2, man, I guess even the president would have to talk about it. I do not like this game. Why did I just turn Trump into JFK? I do not know. Let's see. Favorite insults. You know, I don't really find myself insulting that many people. Like, if I want to insult... if I'm actually in an argument with somebody, I won't insult them. Because, once again, to me, an insult implies weakness. So, if I was actually just playfully insulting someone, like if they say something really intelligent that makes me look like a complete idiot, as in, like, well, John, technically this happens. Like, you motherfucker. But I'm saying that jokingly, not like, how dare you know something that I don't. But in an actual argument, I don't insult anyone. I just like, well, I disagree with that statement. That's as harsh as I'll get. But if I'm with somebody I know, or I'm debating someone I know, that's when I'll say something like that. But it'll just purely be in jest. Let's see. Tim Petey is not bad. He does a good enough job. I was a big fan of his more early work, but like with any of us, you know, your early work is going to be, you know, a little more off the cuff. But as you get more popular, you know, you're worried about pissing off some of the fans. Even I can succumb to that at times. Like, maybe I should get rid of this joke because people might not like it. Now, let's see what we got. Vending machine full of lies. Psh. Well, I imagine you were in Japan, sir, because you can get anything out of a Japanese vending machine. You know, I really hope that Bill Clinton never did. I'm just saying. Just saying. Oh, dearie me. Politics, though. What a bunch of crap it is. But, you know, I mean, when you actually study history, America's gone through a lot worse, as has the world. It just seems worse now because it makes a lot of money to be like, everything's collapsing, the world's going to end tomorrow. Even if it's not. Alright, I think once we finish the level, I'm going to call it a stream, because, god damn it, because I am tired, and I also have about 20 other things I have to do once I get off. Literally. Oh, dear. Come on, just kill him. Kill him. God damn, how much damage is this fucking thing gonna take? Oh, there we go. It took all my bloody chain gun ammo. Yeah, it really does. I actually was gonna use that in a video once. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And nobody believed it back in the 90s either. Well, I guess some people believed it, but yeah, even as a kid I didn't believe that. But, you know, that's how politics goes. Even back then. But here's something that's kind of scary, though. The whole SJW insanity that's going on now, that's been going on a lot longer than even I thought it was. Because SJW stuff's been going on since the 90s. I was actually reading some older posts. Well, some older writings of Jeff Cooper, a very famous gun writer. He was actually mentioning some crazy SJW stuff that you wouldn't believe could have happened in 1995, but did. So yeah. Favorite sauce? I don't really like sauces that much. The most I'll do is ketchup on a hamburger. And that's about it. Big Mac secret sauce. You don't want to know what that is. When, will the next review be? There was supposed to be a review this Friday, but I'm not going to have time, sadly. Just because some real life stuff has come up. Next week, I actually have the script written. It's going to be for, Quake 4. But I'm just not going to have time for it. I am going to have time for a live stream, but I don't have time to, you know, record audio, record video, you know, edit all that. I'm just not going to be able to do it this week. And then after that, it's Prey 2006. Best console controller. This. The PS2 styled controller. I like the Xbox 360 controller well enough. I mean, I've used this one quite a bit. But it's just something about the PS2 controller that I like more. Not really sure why. Lots of words of wisdom. I'll write it next week. Psst. Preferred alcohol? I don't drink. Like, the one time... I've drank a grand total of maybe 3 times in my life. Ooh, I'm barely gonna survive that even after he hits me. And the only alcohol I ever liked was, mead. Like, the stuff... Like, the mead that people are supposed to hate, the Renaissance Fair mead, that's really sweet. That's my preferred alcohol. I've not gotten Shin Godzilla yet, but I did go see it in theaters. It was a packed house, too. People fucking loved that movie. Although the audience I went with was mainly older, so they likely remembered Godzilla from when they were kids. But I fucking loved Shin Godzilla. That movie, okay, I've read some reviews of it. People saying that Shin Godzilla was more for a Japanese audience, and it was harder for us Bakagaijin to understand. It's like, no, government inefficiency is pretty much a global phenomenon. It's not just in Japan, it's everywhere. And that's really what the whole movie was about, was government inefficiency. Which I guess if you were looking for just Godzilla wrecking shit, and Godzilla wrecked plenty of shit, don't worry, he destroyed a lot of stuff. But, you know, seeing all the Godzilla has attacked, they gotta go through 16 different department heads, they gotta talk to 27 people, and then finally they send out one helicopter and say, well, you can't do anything. That would happen in real life, okay? That's so what would happen. Godzilla's destroying the city. Well, I mean, do you want to send somebody out? What if Godzilla's really nice? Do you want to risk that? Well, he did just destroy half the city. Okay, send a helicopter. But don't let him shoot anything. Have I seen Enemy at the Gates? Yes, I have. I saw it many years ago. And I'm aware of Earth Defense Force games, but I have not played them. I just know they exist. I am being shot so much. Well, there's a whole bunch of archviles in here, and they do a lot. I got... Give armor. Amro. Amaro! Armor. God damn it. Amaro! Gundam 79. A classic anime, if ever there was one. I highly recommend it. I highly, highly recommend it. I ever live stream Dark Forces. I can't get it to work. Dark XL will not work, and I don't want to just do the DOS version because the controls are of the crappiness, if ever there was some. I don't know how I played it back in the day. I did at some point. Big O. Yeah, Big O is a big favorite of mine. It's basically the Batmobile if the Batmobile is a giant sentient robot. I mean, Big O was one of my favorite animes back in the day. Haven't seen it in a while, though. And I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, like it had some kind of weird ending, but then that show was kind of weird in and of itself. Preferred size? Preferred size of what? Oh, dear. Upcoming King Kong versus Godzilla. About bloody time. If it's as good as Godzilla 2... If it's as good as King Kong Skull Island, I will be very happy, because King Kong Skull Island was vastly superior to Godzilla 2014, because Kong was actually in it, the characters were actually interesting. What they need to do, but I know they won't do, they need to bring back Samuel. I know he got smashed, but like all you gotta do is say he had a son, he was in America, and now he wants revenge against the ape who killed his father. I'd buy it. Just to hear Samuel rip off more motherfuckers. Borderlands. I played all 3. Current shooters versus Brutal Doom. Doom 2016 comes close to being a modern version of that. And that's really one of the... I haven't really played that many of the shooters that have come out this year. Hopefully, Wolfenstein will be as good as Doom 2016. It looks like it might be. Samuel L. Jackson. You know, it's funny you should mention that. There's a novel called Nemesis Rising, and if it's a novel I'm thinking of, the general character from the first novel, Nemesis, actually turns into a giant monster. But then Nemesis Rising also has like a cat girl in it too. So yeah. So yeah, there's that. Oh, I'm being completely eradicated. I still have 29 health somehow. Grab the armor! Run! Leave me alone, evil Marines! Do not savage me! Save. Well, I missed the inner key entirely. Let's see. Purist / elitist. I don't really like either one. Purists are annoying, and elitists are also annoying, but for different reasons. Anyone who puts a lot of stock in, you know, oh, this is technically not Doom, or my Doom is better than yours. Let's see. Kong versus Giant Samuel L. Jackson. That I could go for. And literally, the Samuel L. Jackson roar is literally just a loud, ear-splitting motherfucker. God damn it. Do they speak English on Skull Island? Say it. Just punch him! Punch him! Punch him! Oh, did I actually do it? Nope, I got shot by a zombie sergeant. Brilliant. Okay, let's give health. Let's try that again. This time with less dying. I like how this frame rate tanks when you get hit though. That happens in just about, god damn it. That happens in just about every one of these. Brutal Doom version 20. Project Brutality is even worse about it. Come on, smack him! Smack him! Smack him! Smack him! Stop smacking the light pole! Smack him! Smack him! Okay, run. Heal. Give me health. Smack him! Smack him! Well, that worked. Somewhat. And hello, Beautiful Joe. Where's Beautiful Joe 3? That's what I want to know. Although I haven't played Beautiful Joe 1 or 2, but I think the games look really cool. I have Beautiful Joe 2 on the GameCube, but I have not played it. I got it at a garage sale for $1. Along with Spider-Man for the GameCube as well, for $1. I've actually played Spider-Man 1 and 2 on the PS2, though. It's one of those things, like, it's a game, it's a buck, why not? It's like, why not get it? Oh, there's the exit. Sweet. Oh, crap. Fuck, 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 fuck. I was busy looking at the chat. Always blame the chat. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. And it's actually the engine that will lag a bit. Goddamn. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I will shoot the exit door, for truly that is the greatest of villains. Okay, I do not... Oh, there we go. That's the... And that is the end of the level, and thus, that is end of the live stream. I'll look at the last comment, or not comments, last chat message things. My brain doesn't work. I've played... Wait, no, wait. I don't know what the question is. Cheapest game I ever got was 50 cents. Got that at a garage sale as well. It was actually Starfleet Command 2. And I've never heard of Solace Dreams. And I do have a PS2. Amplitude. I think I have that. But I don't think I've played it. But in any event, I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys on Friday, because I'm going to be doing another live stream on Friday, and hopefully I won't be quite as tired then as I am today. And what game will I be doing on Friday, you may ask? Well, I'm going to bring back an old standby. I'm going to be live streaming Alien Trilogy. And so, I am GeneralLotz, signing off. Oh, wait, no, wait. Top 5 games for crappy post. I don't know what that means. So anyway, see you later.